Welcome to the ISO Show, dispelling myths and sharing tips for success to improve your business with ISO standards, with your host, Mel Blackmore.
Hi, and welcome to the ISO Show, and thanks so much for tuning in today. Now, today's podcast is unlike any other podcast I've recorded before, and that's because we've got a really special announcement to make about a groundbreaking, innovative game changer in the ISO standards landscape. It's called the Isology Hub, which is due to be launched in May 2021. Now, I'm recording this in April 2021, but I'd like to take you back to March 2020 just to explain when and why my journey began, because I think it's quite important to appreciate that I think this sort of innovation probably would have taken us 3 to 4 years, but I think COVID-19 has made many organisations to think outside of the box, to think differently, and to look at sustainability as well in a very different way. So I'd like to take you back to March 2020 to explain when and why my journey began with initiating this innovative online solution to help businesses to raise their standards and create systems for success. So in March 2021, the UK, like many other countries across the globe, were thrown into turmoil as we went into lockdown. And life, as we know it, was never going to quite be the same again. Our life was literally turned upside down as we were hit with this global pandemic. Now, at the time, we thought that we were ahead of the curve, partly because we'd already been using Teams to have meetings online and to do internal audits remotely with some of our international clients at Blackmores. So obviously, I think many of you know me as being managing director of Blackmores as well as the podcaster on the ISO show. But that's obviously my primary business, and which is very dear to my heart. I've been running that business for 15 years, and immediately I was concerned about the welfare of our employees, also our clients, and like many other businesses, thinking, okay, so how are we best going to get through this? So although I thought we were ahead of the curve because we could all switch to working remotely, we then went into our BCP mode, business continuity planning mode, and we actually shared a lot of that information on our podcast on the ISO show. And we felt that, we owed it to our listeners and our clients at Blackmores to share examples of pandemic business continuity plans. And at the time, it was really well received. In fact, we didn't realise until we did that we had such a wide global reach of listeners. So we had people contacting us from Papua New Guinea, Kuala Lumpur, places all across the globe saying, thank you, this is great. And this is really helpful because I think at the time, businesses were looking for reassurance as well. So we were more than happy to provide that support. But not long after that, it was just before the Easter weekend, so it was April last year, we actually had about a quarter of our clients just cancel within a space of 10 days. So immediately we thought, okay, this is going to affect us, because at first I think we thought we were going to be relatively unscathed, but we quickly realised actually no, a lot of our clients are in manufacturing, are in the events industry, and they simply couldn't operate, and so we couldn't do much for them at that current time. So we had to shift gear, adapt, and fortunately in the UK we had the furlough scheme, so we were able to furlough 1 or 2 employees to get us through the first few months of that tricky patch. And then when we were in the summer of 2020, that's when we kind of almost thought, right, okay, yeah, we've got our team all back on track, and we just need to kind of get our heads down and get through this like many other businesses and help our clients to do that. But at the same time, I was thinking, well, I don't think things are going to be quite the same in terms of the way that we deliver our consultancy services, the way that assessments are undertaken, So they were all being done remotely. And I was thinking, well, actually, there is an opportunity for certification bodies to do part of their assessment remotely. Obviously, for some types of assessments, it wouldn't be applicable, like in health and safety, if we're looking at a manufacturing plant, for example. But in many cases, I could see that there was a significant opportunity for us to reduce our environmental footprint and work remotely. So at that time, we were already creating e-learning courses, and there was some work taking place internally within our team on developing a learner profile. So taking an individual from grassroots level with no knowledge whatsoever about an ISO standard right through to professional status. So work was already underway there. When we looked at the possibility of offering our services online, after the research that I did, we realised that actually it would be really good if we could provide an online solution that all of our ISO show listeners could also access. So that was when the initial concept was born for creating a state-of-the-art online learning and support membership, specifically for organisations that were looking to not only achieve ISO certification, but also for those thousands and thousands of businesses that are already certified to ISO standards, but their system just isn't working for them. They might be stuck in a rut. They're stuck in the trenches there because there may be certain issues like a lack of engagement or a lack of leadership or a lack of compliance. So I basically came up with this concept of creating an online membership platform so that it was accessible to all, regardless of the industry, the location, the time zone, and to be able to provide the equivalent of a Netflix version of ISO standard support. So when I came up with this concept, it was such a big thing for a small organisation like Blackmores to take on. And I heard from a funding body within the government in the UK about an Innovate UK competition. And this Innovate UK competition was all about helping businesses to be innovative, but also to provide sustainability solutions as well, and to help businesses through COVID. And it was like the penny dropped. And I thought, well, actually, why not go for it? This is meant to be. If we win it, we win it. If we don't, we don't. So I put together a business plan. I got a lot of advice from a European Enterprise Network, and I basically put together a bid for this competition. And there are actually 3 rounds of it. Round 1, we went for that, and I hadn't done anything like this before. It had taken weeks to put together that bid, and we found out about a month later that we'd failed, but only by a very slim margin, which was so frustrating. But also, on the other hand, it actually gave me encouragement that, particularly as a result of all of the positive comments from the assessors that assessed the application, that actually there was quite a bit of mileage in this new innovation, but there were tweaks that needed to be made to our business plan. Now the next round, round 2, so there are actually 3 rounds for this innovation competition. The second round, the deadline was literally only 2 days after we got the feedback from the first round. And my advisor said to me, there isn't much point in rushing this. You want to spend time to get this absolutely perfect so that you can absolutely smash it at round 3. So this was the final bite of the cherry. It was a last chance saloon, and I thought, well, if we get it, we get it, and this is going to be a game changer. If we don't, that's it. And fortunately, we won the competition. We won the funding, which for me, it wasn't just about getting the money to fund this project, but it was all about the endorsement. So there are 5 different assessors from all sorts of different industries that basically recognise this as being a game changer in our field, and that it could have a significant positive impact on the environment. Because our MVP, our minimal viable product, as part of this membership platform, was all about environmental management standards. So we've been working hard over the last few months to bring together this MVP, and we're due to launch it in May 2021. So it's going to be called the Isology Hub, and it's all based on Isology methodology, which is ultimately 7 steps to implementing any ISO standard. So who is Isology for? So this membership platform is for anybody that needs to achieve ISO certification. Now that might be because you need to win a tender, or you just want to raise standards within your business, or you may have stakeholders that are demanding that you provide some type of commitment in some area, whether it be sustainability or information security. It's also for those people that have spent countless frustrating hours trying to understand how an ISO standard could actually be interpreted within their business. It's also for those people who have an ISO management system, but it's archaic. It's written in the dark ages, and it doesn't bear any resemblance to how you operate as a business right now. So, in effect, it's redundant. It's just not working for you, it's working against you. So you need some type of solution to revamp it, give it a makeover, and get engagement, and making sure that it is a system that helps you to build success for the future of your business. It's also for those of you that would like to integrate other standards into your existing management system. So you might be looking at cloud security standards or carbon neutrality standards. So it's for those businesses that are already working hard to raise standards within their business, but they want to go the extra mile, they want to go above and beyond, and they need the support systems, tools, templates, e-learning and guidance to help them to do that. So what we're trying to avoid here is having any overly technical, expensive training courses. And it's all, of course, perfectly safe because it's online. So you can access it whenever you want, from wherever you want. So it's a place for organisations to learn how to achieve ISO standards and also to get game plans for raising their game. So it's packed with in-depth practical training and resources on all aspects of planning, creating and managing a successful ISO system. Now we have created an ISO standards blueprint, which is a free download for you to get access to if you go over to the Isology Hub website. So all you need to do is Google www.isologyhub.com and you'll be able to download your free ebook on how to plan, create and manage a successful ISO system ready to get you certified. And that applies to all ISO standards. So what makes Isology Hub so different? Well, this is a groundbreaking approach. It's the quickest and easiest route to get ISO certification that gets results. But it's not just about the accolade of getting certification through your certification body, but having that results-driven, systemised way of managing your business to give you back freedom and time so that you can grow your business. It also gives access to expertise. So over the last 15 years, we have implemented ISO standards for hundreds of organisations across 19 standards and across over 25 different countries globally. So you're actually tapping into over 200 years of combined experience. Now, that's not me personally, obviously. That's our team, but it's our team that's helped put this together. Okay, so all of our intellectual property, all of the work that we've been doing over the years to support businesses in all industries is going to be put together in the Isology Hub. So that's where you can get access to that. And we walk the talk. Where other providers might teach unproven theories, we have done this time and time again. These are proven concepts. So the Isology, the 7 steps, has been put to the test and it's been successful time after time after time. And whether you like it or not, we are pretty straight talking. We are very friendly, very approachable, and we want that to come across with the membership platform. So you'll be able to listen to our tutorials, you'll be able to join us for our monthly live Q&A sessions if you've got any questions, if you'd like to discuss anything at all to do with ISO standards. So ultimately, we live and breathe ISO standards. You get our full commitment and you get that team behind you through the membership portal. But I must say that the Isology Hub isn't for everybody. If you just simply want to tick a few boxes and get the badge, this isn't the right solution for you. If you want to go down the non-accredited certification body route, it's not for you. If you're looking for ISO in a box, so you don't have to do any work at all, it's not for you. We'll be helping you to create unique management systems for your business. So you will be creating your own bespoke management system with our step-by-step guide through the ISO roadmap. And also, it's not for you if you're expecting guaranteed results. And you might think, well, that's not for me then. But that's because it is down to you. It is down to you that you put the effort in to actually make it happen. Okay, because it's your business. You know your business inside out. Okay, we can bring the expertise around ISO standards, but although we've got a 100% success rate in helping our clients get through certification because we've helped to do a lot of the work with them, the membership portal is there to guide and support you, but you have to put the work in yourself. So templates, tutorials, guidance, action plans are all provided for you, but you do need to spend the time to actually completing them and implementing them within your business. So the Isology Hub is for those entrepreneurs whose businesses are growing quickly and you may be looking great from the outside, but possibly a little bit disorganised and inconsistent internally, and you might be key person dependent as well. So you're looking for a system to help to standardise best practice. It's also for those businesses that would like to establish the highest standards in quality, risk and sustainability, so that you can delight your clients and make your brand the envy of your industry. And it's also for those small business owners that want to create time, reduce errors and let the business run itself, because without systems you can't do that. But it's not just for small businesses, it's also for larger organisations that would like to share best practice with their employees. So the memberships are done on an individual basis. So if you're a small business, you might have one person that is a member, but if you're a large corporate, you might have 100 memberships because you want everybody to get access to that continual professional development and to help along the way with implementing and raising standards. And it's also for those individuals that would like to achieve qualifications in ISO standards, to improve their knowledge and to support career development as well. One of the things that we're really passionate about at Blackmores is acting responsibly and doing the right thing. And one of the things that we've done in the past is we've donated to charity, we've got involved in charitable events. But with having an online system, what we're actually doing is we are donating for every new member that joins the Isology Hub. And that's actually going to be done through B1G1. So that's buy one, give one. So what we're basically doing is tackling climate change and poverty one member at a time. And yeah, it is only a small difference, but we're hoping that those small contributions will add up to a much bigger contribution. We've actually selected one project in particular, which is in Madagascar. I'm not sure if you know much about Madagascar, but unfortunately it is a country in crisis because 70% of the country are actually living in poverty, and half of its rainforest has been eradicated due to the strain of population growth in the country. So we've picked out a project whereby we can support the planting of trees, but also that we can provide sustainable agriculture training as well, so that the communities are self-sufficient and that they can then actually send their children to school to be educated. So that's something that we're really excited about, and we'll have a live widget as well on the Isology Hub website so that we can see whenever a new member joins that our SDG goals are updated as a result of that. So regardless of which stage you're at on your ISO journey, whether you're just starting out and considering, which standards to look at implementing, or whether you've already got a management system but you're looking at raising your game, then the Isology Hub has everything for you. So to give you some insight into what you'll actually get out of the membership, I'm just going to walk you through a few of the things that are in there. Now, as I said, there is a wealth of information in there, and it's not just about documents. We've actually got a unique roadmap that's been trademarked, and this is based on our 7-step Isology concept. So basically what we've done is we've provided an ISO roadmap for ISO 14001 for the launch. And this will take you through, step by step, everything that you need to do to get ready for an assessment for ISO 14001. But it also provides everything that you need for an environmental management system, even if you don't want to go for certification. So how to create an environmental policy, what to look for in terms of creating your objectives, how to identify your environmental aspects and impacts, and how to launch your management system. So it takes you through the 7 steps. And in addition to that, we've also given you access to our e-learning courses. So they're in-depth courses specifically on those standards as well. So a lot of the learning is through videos, through action plans, to guide you step by step through your ISO roadmap. We also include checklists, workbooks, cheat sheets and templates as well to support you. So some examples of those could be a launch communications planner, or even an email launch sequence and templates to go with it. Things like internal audit schedule templates and report templates as well, and samples of policies and procedures. But as I said, it's not ISO in a box. These are just examples of best practice, and we guide you through creating your own documentation for your own bespoke management system. And of course, we've got our live Q&As. So feel free to join us for those live Q&As within the membership, or we can answer any questions that you've got. The other thing that we're really excited about launching as well is our ISO Coach program. So we're conscious of the fact that some businesses might just want to join the membership and get on and do it all themselves, or they might need some guidance and support. So there is an upgrade available, which is the ISO Coach program, and that's a 6-month program where you will be part of a small group of up to 7 other individuals, and on a fortnightly basis you will have group coaching sessions on the 7 steps. And then on the alternate fortnights, you can book one-to-one sessions in with your ISO coach to go through and discuss any queries, concerns, or review documents that you've created, just to help you on your journey and make sure that you stay on track as well. So that's a 6-month program, but they start at specific dates. So the next date that we've got starting is actually going to be in June. So if any of our listeners are interested in joining the ISO Coach program, please do get in touch with us, and don't forget to download your free ebook, which is the ISO Standards Blueprint. So of course, the Isology Hub is new, and we would absolutely love to hear about any suggestions or ideas on content that you'd like to include within the Isology Hub, because every single month we'll be adding new content, whether it's an ISO roadmap for implementing another ISO standard such as ISO 27001, or even carbon neutrality and helping with standards such as PAS 2060, the carbon neutrality standard. So I'd be delighted to hear from you and also answer any questions at all that you might have about the Isology Hub. So regardless of whether you're just starting out on your ISO journey or you've already got a system in place but you'd just like to raise your game that bit further, we would love for you to join us as a member on the Isology Hub. So thanks very much for listening, and I look forward to catching up with you on the next ISO show.
Looking to achieve certification to an ISO standard, or just need a helping hand with ISO compliance? Contact us at blackmoresuk.com.